Alright everyone, and welcome back to a new manga review, just like last time reviewing two mangas. So let's get started with High School of the Dead. High School of the Dead is a basic zombie story. Nothing really new, except new characters, and it takes place in Tokyo, or someplace like that, in Japan somewheres. The basic story is you have these teenagers who, it mentions a party that they go out to the night before all this stuff starts happening, and they probably get wasted, they probably have sex, just like any teenager would during that. But then the next day they go to school, and 2 hours later after they get to school, something weird happens. There's a virus that's supposedly let loose and starts transforming people into the undead. So, their school becomes infected. The members of the staff start getting infected too. Eventually the school just goes to shit, and there's only like a few survivors left. So they band together to figure out what is happening and how to stop this. Now, I'm not saying this is a great manga, but it is worth the read. If you have some free time and you just want to read something, go read this, because it'll take up your time, and it has a really good plot line to it. More than I mentioned, but that was just the basic plot line, but it has a little bit more to it. I won't ruin it for you. There are just way too many characters for me to name, and it's your basic zombie story. If you like zombie movies, by all means, go read it. It's a good story. But yeah, and I don't think this is rated mature. I think it's rated T+, so that means you gotta be 13 years or older. So yeah. Also, this is being turned into an anime, so I'm really glad of that. But yeah, it's definitely worth a read if you have any free time. So if you have any free time, go ahead and read it. It's definitely worth a read. So next is Love Hina. Love Hina. I've been waiting to talk about this one because it is actually one of my favorite manga/animes ever. It is basically about this boy named Keitaro, who is a boy in the picture. He's 19 years old. Doesn't have a girlfriend, and he wants to try to get into this college called Tokyo U because he promised his first love that he would get into it and then live happily ever after, supposedly what the Tokyo U spell, or whatever they call it, says. But the only problem is he's failed his entrance exams. I've already mispronounced that 3 times. Entrance exams 2 times, and his mother finally gets sick of it, and they send him out to his grandma Hina's place, which he thinks is still a hot bath or a hot springs resort, but he learns by a very weird twist of fate that it's actually been turned into a girls' dormitory. He meets 5 girls there. First is Naru, the one in the picture behind him. She is, I'm not gonna say tomboyish. She does act like a girl, but she does have a very, very hard punch. I mean, you'll see it if you ever watch the anime or ever read the manga. You'll see what I'm talking about. Next is Kitsune, the one to the right. She's basically a drunk. Nothing really amazing to her character there. Next is Shinobu. She arrives a little bit early. I mean, a little bit later on in the anime. In the manga, she's there originally. She is your basic middle school student. She loves Keitaro. She wants to go on a date with him and all that stuff. She's pretty smart. She can cook well. She's basically kind of like the cook of the house. She cooks all their meals. So, yeah. Next is actually one of my favorite characters, Sue. Sue is the one that is jumping up and down the back. She is an inventor. She invents some crazy-ass devices. And I'm not kidding. Not really much to her character, though. She adds a lot of comedy, though, which I guess makes up for her lack of character in this story. But she does appear a lot, so whatever. Next is Motoko, which is the swordswoman in the back. She's very, very agitated with men, so if you're a man, do not get near her. She'll slash your ass up. I mean, I'm dead serious. She hates men. That is until Keitaro comes along. It's kind of funny, though, because every girl in that dorm eventually has a crush on him. It's like he just can't make up his mind. But it's still a very good, engaging story. It's kept me wanting to read on, and I eventually found that was an anime, and watched the anime, which is a pretty good adaptation. Um, I think this is rated T plus. Yeah, it's rated T plus. So same thing. I think it's 13 years or older, or not 16 years or older. So yeah, 16 years or older. You're definitely good to go. You can go ahead and read this. But I don't really see the problem with people a little bit younger reading that. I mean, there's really no nudity in it. There's nothing really bad in it at all. So, yeah, that's basically it. So here's the website that you can go find these mangas at, www.onemanga.com. Has all the mangas you could ever want. Over thousands of them. Some of my favorites are on there. And, yeah. So, let's see what we will be reviewing next time. And I hope this slide... Okay, yeah. What we're going to be reviewing next time is actually two of my favorite mangas. All My Goddess, which is also an anime. One of my favorites, too, has a really good story. And Change 1, 2, 3, which you'll know what I get once I review it. So I'll be seeing y'all later. Stay tuned for more.